Hey, Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve cast. I'm Alberto. We are going to talk about life after Ronaldo as Cristiano Ronaldo has left Turin. And we are now awaiting official bids. So we're going to cover the latest in the Ronaldo drama. And we are going to talk about some of the names that are listed to replace him. And we're going to break down Allegri's press conference ahead of the Empoli match tomorrow. All that on Juve today. All right. So where do we begin today? Friday, August 27th, and Cristiano Ronaldo has said goodbye to his Juventus teammates. He has left on his jet and he has taken off. We await the official bid from Manchester City. But wait. Now the latest reports are Manchester United is looking to hijack the deal. Everybody immediately thinking, send us Pogba. A swap deal would be a dream, but Juventus would have to come up with more money on top. The latest report says they would have to come up with 30 million euros on top of that fee, but I see it as being much, much higher. If I had to guess, I'd say minimum of 50 on top of a Ronaldo swap. The only things that could change is if it would actually be a bidding war between City and United, which I don't see that happening. So it's going to be interesting how they determine who's going to go. We know that Juventus was trying to pull Gabriel Jesus or Bernardo from City, so maybe it does come down to a player thing. Anything can happen. This situation is wild, but Ronaldo has left Turin. Okay, so life starts to begin without him. And we will talk about Allegri's presser, but he did say that it was Ronaldo who asked him to leave, not just Allegri, but just as asked the club to leave. And for all of these things and all the speculation and whatnot, for a guy who, and it's tough to attack Ronaldo's professionalism, because he's always put on this pedestal for professionalism, but he's left the team with so little time to get something done that's concrete in order to cover themselves going into this season. But this is what makes me believe this whole thing is because Max Allegri had other plans for Juventus. I think he was not going to be run by an ego, taking away free kicks, Dybala vice captain, just certain changes. And again, probably coming down to him saying Ronaldo would not start all of the matches, maybe not as many as Cristiano wants to. So that would make the most sense as to why it's taken this long and all of a sudden it's this late in the window, is that he started to see with Allegri's plans and the camp and everything what was going to happen. That's my thought, and of course I think we're going to find out more, and maybe we'll learn more tomorrow on our live podcast, the match day live before Juventus Empoli, when our guest is top journalist Mirko Di Natale from Tutto Juve. You don't want to miss that. This is your chance to get your questions from somebody that's got boots on the ground over there, heavily involved in all these rumors and whatnot. So make sure you don't miss that. Okay. Set your notifications on this channel. Like the video, first of all, but subscribe to the channel and set your notifications because you don't want to miss that one. It's going to be good stuff. Yeah, Ronaldo saga, he has left Turin. So I do thank him for his time. I thank him for the goals and the memories and whatnot. But again, as I stated yesterday, life goes on. Forza Juve, fino alla fine. Now, the names to replace Cristiano Ronaldo. Moise Kean is heavily, heavily touted as the guy that should be coming in for sure, but it's still being reported it will not be one guy. It's going to be a couple. Another name is Icardi. Icardi and Kane seem to be the two mainstay names. There are some other names being thrown about. Timo Werner apparently out there, Lacazette, Aubameyang. But for me, Kane, gladly take Kane back. Icardi, I got mixed feelings, but out of those other names, I would probably go Icardi over those guys. Timo Werner has had this weird spell ever since leaving Bundesliga. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I did like him before that. I like his traits, I like his characteristics, but yeah, I don't know. Kane for sure, though, for me, I'd love to see him back. I never wanted him to go, and Max was doing quite well with Moise Kane. So that reunion interests me a lot. I know people have had their issues with Moise Kane as far as maturity goes, but not all players are mature at such a young age, and some take time to develop. So I will trust in Max to do that. And the part that I know about Moise Kane is that I think he's a baller and I like him a lot. So there you have it in terms of some alternatives. Juventus has probed Fiorentina for Vlahovic, okay, but the fee is 70 million euros. So we don't anticipate anything happening there. But these are wild times right now. And who knows really what's going to happen, okay? But Juve doesn't have a lot of time to work with. Tuesday is when the Mercado ends. So let's see what's going to develop. There's going to be a lot of rumors swirling around. So I'll be on top of it all. And like I said, tomorrow we've got the main man to talk to about it, Mirko Di Natale. Champions League group was determined yesterday for Juventus, and it was Chelsea, Zenit, and Malmo in Juventus's group. This is a good draw for Juventus. The shakeup amongst all the leagues in terms of standings, you know, Juve not winning Scudetto, Atletico Madrid pulling off their victory, kind of shook everything up, and you had a crazy pot too. So you knew there was going to be a good spread in this Champions League, and there really was. For us to come out with this group, very good. I see Juve. I think they finish top for sure, and I actually think they will, to be honest, in this group. Yeah, it'll be good to see. Allegri's press conference. Okay, we're just gonna break down little by little. Again, I mentioned earlier that he stated Ronaldo had asked to leave Juventus, and this is again. You can look at it however you want from Ronaldo's point of view, right? Because Allegri in his last presser said that he's staying, and that he said he's staying, and now he's saying that he did ask to leave. So it is what it is. McKennie, Allegri said McKennie must stay. He said that players that want to play for the club and perform and are driven need to stay. Big statement. I agree with him. When a player's will is to leave, it's always a win for the club. I said that yesterday, and I loved all the comments and all the feedback I got on yesterday's video. Keep it coming. Get your opinions in here. I love talking to all you guys about Juve, but I agree with Max here. The guys that want to stay, they gotta, and especially if they're driven. He talked about Morata. I said Morata's fine. He talked about Chiesa. Said Chiesa is a striker, maybe hinting at what he's going to do tomorrow against Empoli, but he said formation and whatnot and how they set up will be determined later on. Rabiot, he said Rabiot has to start scoring more, so we can expect him to be pushing forward quite a bit more. And Rabiot has scored a few really great goals for Juventus. And my one nitpicking bit about him has always been his final third place. So hopefully Max can get him over the edge there. And I think we can really cook with Rabiot, so it'll be interesting to see there. Arthur is on the road to recovery. The x-rays were actually put out on social media yesterday with the calcification completely removed and gone, and he's healing still. The date is sometime in October, okay? He just basically, Allegri spoke about life after Ronaldo. It really doesn't matter. There are no excuses, he said, as excuses are for losers. We have to improve. There need to be no more errors. And tomorrow we must get 3 points. I loved Allegri's press conference. It was on point. He said all the right things, and I'm with him 100%. And if it was Ronaldo's decision to leave based on Allegri trying to get more of a spread, and even talked about that as well. How do you replace Cristiano Ronaldo's goals? And he said you do it as a team collectively. And I see a lot of the questions and comments coming in on these videos saying who is going to be the guy. Let's stop looking at the guy. Let's stop putting so much weight on just a certain individual, and let's ask this team to unite, bond together strongly, and do it collectively. And I believe we can. And we saw Max able to do that with some guys that we always question their quality. So let's have faith in Max. Let's have faith in the lads, and let's get behind them. I think we're still capable of doing a lot of damage. And let's wait to see how Juve handles the rest of the Mercado and who they bring in, because I think there'll be some valuable additions too. So there you have it. Last, certainly not least, we wanted to obviously tackle the Ronaldo news out of the bit. I usually do this at the start, but on this day in 1972, 75, 92, and 1995, we had some incredible debuts in the black and white shirts, starting with Dino Zoff, okay, Marco Tardelli, Moreno Torricelli, okay, Pesotto and Ravanelli. All these guys made this debut on August 27th. Incredible and just absolute beauties. But the memories for me from Torricelli, Pesotto, and Ravanelli, incredible. And who hasn't scored a goal when you were watching Ravanelli grow up and do his classic celebration, throwing the shirt over the head and running arms out? Fantastic memories with these guys. And of course, Ravanelli scored the goal in the Champions League final in 96 there that we ended up winning in a shootout versus Ajax. So fantastic memories there. All those guys' debuts were on this day. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Again, do not miss that live show tomorrow and get your questions in from Mirko Di Natale, one of the hottest up and coming journalists, one of my personal favorites, and a great friend of the shows here at All UVcast. So make sure you get onto that one tomorrow. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. As always, no matter what, Forza Juve fino alla fine. Ciao.